Here we are, bedtime meditations. Hi, Bianca. Welcome. So excited to see you here again. And feel free for everyone who pops on to do a little check-in and just let me know what today has been like, maybe what this week has been like, what's going on for you. I've been feeling into the energy, and I have a couple cards that came up that I'll share, but I'm also always curious to hear what people have to say and what people are experiencing out there. I have, so tonight I'm actually diffusing Nature's Shield. I think I might have described this one before, but this is a kind of like a clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, rosemary. It's a really nice warm scent, very comforting to me. And it also helps, it's really great during cold and flu season. So this is a good one to calm the nerves, but also kind of keep the bacteria and viruses and all that stuff at bay. That's a good one. Bianca says, we have needed you this week. Oh, I hope that you have gone to YouTube too to listen to the recordings when it's not live, but I sure do appreciate you showing up live as well. Yeah, okay, so, and then also I brought this, a heart, one of these hearts. I have several of these stones, and like I was saying before, when you squeeze them, they actually release energy, and this one in particular, I can't remember the name of it. I want to say azurite, maybe, but it is a partnership stone, and that's been the theme that's been coming up for me today. Has been, well, I just did a really lovely hypnosis session online right before this bedtime meditation, so I didn't promote this one as much as I normally do and send out reminders, but what the theme that came up even in the hypnosis session was partnership and collaboration. And so I've been thinking about how this is such a time right now to have the opportunity to collaborate, and to in what ways can we look at partnership beyond just like partnership with like a romantic partnership, but just partnership as like humans on this planet. And so that's been a theme. Hey Vanessa, so glad that you're here. Go ahead and do a check-in if you want. Say if you're noticing what you're noticing this week, or any themes, or just your general state of well-being. But yeah, so partnership, how we can collaborate. And so then I pulled some cards by Denise Linn. I know this is backwards, but wanted to show you Denise Linn anyway. She is a shaman, and she's Native American. She has Native American heritage, but when I met her back in 2014, she actually taught a technique that she learned from the indigenous Finnish people. And my ancestry is from Finland, and I don't often meet people from Finland, so it was interesting that she was using an indigenous Finnish technique, and I felt like that was some sort of synchronicity. But she led us through a visualization to kind of to find our native name, she called it. So to really like step into who we were, who we are, who we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to be doing in this world. And I have to say that combined with some other experiences that I had that weekend were absolutely life-changing. It did ultimately lead to my divorce. I filed for divorce about a week later. It wasn't just because of that. It was just that experience really had me not able to ignore the stuff that I had been trying to tolerate for a long time, and it made it intolerable at that point. And so there were things like that happening, and anyway, it was just very life-changing, and I had an experience which other spiritual people have told me later on was a Kundalini awakening or a Kundalini rising. And it was, it's a pretty intense story. It's so intense that I actually am doing my dissertation, my PhD dissertation on the experience, because I'm trying to make more sense of it. But this is the card that I pulled from the Denise Lynn deck, and it has to do with collaboration and partnership, as well as our own individual needs. And it's called Unknown Territory, and you are exactly where you need to be. And for those of you who are bird people, I'm a bird person. I have feathers tattooed on me, and there's two birds in this. It looks like an owl and like a snow owl, and I don't know what the other one is. And yeah, there's a lot of snow and it's cold. You are exactly where you need to be. So when I read into the narrative she wrote about this card, it has to do with thinking that you're not making progress, thinking that you're not that you're not moving forward because there's so much unknown. And that is what everybody's been saying lately, right? The unknown is the hardest thing to deal with. But actually, the unknown is where you get to birth something big, and you get to things are changing and shifting really rapidly. And we have evidence now that the world just drastically changed in a very short amount of time. And if the world can do that, that's evidence that your life can do that in the other direction for the good, in manifesting your dreams, or stepping into this desire that you've had for a long time. And that was the next card that came up, was faraway places. And so this card has to do with, it says, get ready for new horizons. So it's saying that you are already on your path, even if you don't realize it, even if you don't know that you are on a path that will take you to maybe your biggest joy or your biggest pleasure. It's saying trust that, you're there. So I think that's enough talking. I've been doing a lot of talking the last hour and a half. So I think I would rather just go into the meditation, unless any of you want to say anything or have any requests or themes that you want me to weave in tonight of what you're needing. You can type that in. I'll wait for a little bit, because I know there's often a delay of when you type in your comment and I actually see it. Everybody's good? Okay. We'll just move into it then. So here we go. I invite you to get comfortable wherever you're at. If you're with the family, you can snuggle up and, lay down in the bed, in a chair, wherever you're most comfortable tonight. I'm going to put on the music. Calming and de-stressing. Perfect. Yep, that's what we'll do. Okay, so focusing on calming and de-stressing. So first, I think we'll clear some space. So I invite you to close your eyes. And go inside and find the calm with your breath. So breathing in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Allowing the belly muscles to soften. allowing the lungs to expand as you receive the breath fully. And letting this be your time to unwind after a busy day, a busy week. And with each deep breath, allowing all of the muscles of your body to just melt and relax. Melting and softening and sinking into the furniture. Letting it support you and envelop you in safety and comfort. And let the breath come in and start to wash away all of the stress so that you're breathing in through your nose. And as you exhale, all of the stress that's in your body is melting out into the floor. So just imagine it now, releasing into the floor. And with each breath, you have more space with that stress and anxiety gone. And so you're repeating the cycle, letting the stress and anxiety wash away with the exhale, melting into the floor, releasing from the body. And then even more space for your next inhale. Letting the exhale release the stress from the body, melting into the floor. Even more space for the inhale. And experience the spaciousness inside of you. All the areas the breath can go. Bringing oxygenated blood to all of your organs and tissues. Carrying away any toxins or debris. Releasing anything physical, emotional, or even spiritual or mental that is no longer serving you. Let it all release. Breathing in, receiving spaciousness. Breathing out, releasing. Breathing in, spaciousness. Breathing out, releasing. And if your thoughts are jumping around, it's okay. Just notice them. Compassionately bring your attention back to your breath. The wave of breath. Breathing in spaciousness. Breathing out, releasing. And as that oxygenated blood gets to your brain now, you might be feeling waves of relaxation and warm tingles through your fingers, your arms, your legs, reawakening and enlivening your cells, giving them everything they need to be healthy and strong. And just like our cells work together to keep us healthy and functioning optimally, each person on this planet has a role to play collectively to move toward more health and harmony and well-being, or to choose to stay and focus on the dysfunction and the conflict and the fighting and what's no longer working and hasn't been working for a long time. And we can choose peace and relaxation, because while we relax our bodies and our minds, we're able to come up with new creative solutions. As we get comfortable with meditating, we're opening up the right brain, the creative brain, the brain that's emotional and sees things in pictures and imagery. And allowing it to inform us of what our intuition is saying. Of what we're sensing about our environment and what our next move is. And it's not that we don't address what's not working, but we spend as little time as necessary on it, and then move on to the solution. We have to acknowledge in order to heal. We have to make wrongs right. And then we can work in partnership and collaboration. So that things move forward much faster. Whether that's a new business idea for you, or a new form of work or income. Or perhaps a new solution to a family conflict that has continued throughout years and maybe even generations. Now is the time for rapid, transformational shifts. It's an exciting opportunity. If we can stay grounded, connected to our intuition, calm, and observing everything around us. Observing with the mind of a scientist, picking up data here and there, noticing that behavior, and noticing this behavior, and pausing, holding back and just noticing, sitting with it. And when you begin to sit with things for a day or 2 or 3, you'll notice that most situations resolve on their own. And if they don't, you now have the groundedness, the calm, the mindfulness to take empowered action. And so whatever's going on in your life right now, what are the opportunities that you have? What do you have the freedom to do now that you may not have before? And see yourself now, very wise, very calm, very grounded, stepping into your higher self. What does your higher self look like? How does your higher self dress or appear to you? What qualities of your higher self would you like to embody right now? And tomorrow? And in the week to come? If you were your best, wisest, most calm self, how would your days be different? What would you be doing differently? I'm seeing the imagery of a yellow rose right now. Yellow is your willpower, your self-esteem, your self-worth, the third chakra. How can you step into behaviors and actions that make you feel good about yourself, that allow you to live in the truest expression of yourself? So that when you go to sleep each night, you're proud of yourself and you're speaking loving words in your mind to yourself. And you're proud of the way that you live your life. And that you're proud of the way that you lead with your heart, keeping it open. And knowing that there's always room for more love, to share a smile or a kind word. Or some eye contact. And in what ways can you open your heart more and be more loving? Be more generous with whatever you have overflowing, whether it's time or energy or money or food or shelter or wisdom or knowledge or skills or compassion or even a listening ear. How can you show up in a bigger way? How can you use this time to grow exponentially, to blossom, to become that beautiful, fragrant, silky, soft yellow rose? Completely confident and grounded, generous, wise, self-aware, mindful. Showing up to be of service. And take a walk with me now in our minds down a path. Maybe it's a place from your childhood, through the forest, or maybe it's a place you visited. Maybe it's on a tropical island. Maybe it's a desert mountain. Maybe it's a place of fantasy where you've never been before. Wherever it is, just choose one place for tonight. And this path will be the path into our dreams tonight as we rest and drift off to sleep. But notice as you're walking down the path that life moves a little bit slower, and that you're walking a little bit slower. And you're noticing the sensation of the ground underneath your footsteps. And you're noticing the smells in the air. You're noticing the colors, the foliage, and the textures. And you're noticing the feeling of the breeze on your skin. What temperature is it? There's no rush. You're enjoying exploring your environment with all of your senses, with each step through this path. Maybe a little animal arrives on the path. Maybe it even has a message for you. Spend a few moments now enjoying this nature scene. And way off in the distance, you can see there's a clearing. And you continue to walk very slowly, but you intuitively know that when you reach this clearing, the world will be a little bit different. Your world that you're creating in your mind will be a little bit different. If you could choose what your life looks like, when you step into that clearing, What will you be doing? What kind of work? How will you be spending your time? Who are the important people in your life? Where will you be living? What will your day-to-day routine look like? And so you begin to approach that clearing now. And begin to notice the scenery. It's very beautiful and expansive. A playground almost, in nature. Can't wait to explore and experience it all. And the beauty is breathtaking. The colors are so vivid and sharp. The air is so clean. Step into this clearing and step into that future version of you, doing what you'd like to be doing with your days. Where are you living? Where are you spending time? Who are you spending it with? Spend a few moments visioning that now. What will you be eating? How will you be taking care of your body? How will you make time to immerse yourself and connect with nature on a daily basis? And thus connect with universal abundance and support and nurturing. And see yourself as healthy and happy and joyful. Part of something bigger than yourself. A community. A collective. So supported. So appreciated. So connected. See the opportunities for joy and fun and playfulness in your life as you slow down and reprioritize. And take advantage of every opportunity to be in all 5 of your senses and to be fully present and enjoying the present moment. And if you're not already asleep now, you can begin to very slowly, at your own pace, bring yourself back. Fluttering your eyes open. Coming back, letting me know how you did. Letting me know what you experienced. I have to say that the music that I open my eyes to is called Sleep Gold, is the name. And it says on there, to sleep, perchance to dream. And I find that very interesting because I had the imagery of a yellow rose and we're talking about sleep. So again, you get this proof of how powerful your imagery is and how powerful your consciousness is, and you focus on something and then you start to see evidence of it in the world around you, sometimes immediately. Whether you call it synchronicity or you call it quantum physics or you call it spirituality or whatever it is that you want to call it. Really fun process to notice. And so I invite you to notice that throughout the rest of the week. I'll be coming back on here on Tuesday at 9 p.m. every Tuesday and Friday, 9 p.m. And you can let me know what you experienced. Oh, Vanessa's saying, that was great. I fell asleep. Next time I will be in my bed. You're awesome. I haven't been able to sleep for days. Aw, I'm so, so, so glad. And that's why I'm doing this, because if you can sleep and dream, that means that you are protecting your immune system, and you are also creating the world that you want to live in when you wake up fully rested with your full energy and calm and relaxed. Hi, Kate. So nice to see you. Long time no see. Yeah, so that is pretty much it for tonight. I'll post this in the live. I want to let you guys also know that I'm doing a Mind Body Skills group. It's an 8-week group where we gather and we practice these techniques as well as processing what's going on in our life and some of the deeper stuff that comes up as we practice these relaxation techniques and mind-body techniques. And so each week is a different lesson, a different theme that builds on the last. And we also, it's a very supportive group. It's only 10 people, and we create partnership, collaboration, and holding space for each other and whatever it is that we're working through. So one thing I've noticed about everything that we're going through right now is it's affecting people in very different ways, depending on what was going on in your life just before this happened, depending on your family situation and what already wasn't working or was working. And regardless, we all need support right now. So thank you for tuning in, and hopefully I will see you all again on Tuesday. Have a wonderful weekend. You know where to find me. Good night.